からなくなるの怖い。守らないとなくしてしまう。
Sure, nostalgia can be pretty damn bittersweet. But even so, I don't have any memory that can be as painful as having nothing to remember. The memories we have shaped the ones we create. It doesn't matter if they're happy or painful. Looking back at the past helps us find our way forward. But if you don't have anything worth remembering, what are you supposed to build your future on?
軍事機密ですから。
Yeah, I guess they don't want to take any risks. You don't have a vital role to play in all of this, after all.
それに
Because
みんな私を怖がっています。
Who's of what? Who's afraid of you?
私に遺伝子を提供した人たちも、私を作った人たちも。
Wait, your genes? Are you talking about your biological parents?
私の能力を知っている人たちはみんな私を怖がっています。
Chat, are you afraid of her?
私の姉妹たちも。
Sisters? You mean the other alternative 3 test subjects that were all girls?
はい。暗くて嫌なイメージと色
Nah.
が見えるんです。
Is that why she ran away from me yesterday? Because she thought I'd be afraid of her?
でもそれが怖いという意味だと知ったのはここに来てからです。
She didn't say kyofu as in fear, but more like kawaii as in scared. So then, was Yuko sensei the same way?
違います。あの人の中にあるのは興味があるかないかだけです
She
から。
doesn't care about people. It's either you're interesting or not. Well, that makes sense. She's definitely not the emotional sort.
不思議です。
It's pretty brutal. Huh? What is?
あなたは私のことを知っても怖がっていませんね。
Nope.
なぜですか？
Well, because chat ships Yuri and they're trying to ship you with someone else. Well, it's hard to explain why you're scared of some things but not of others. It kind of defies logic.
理屈じゃない。
You're prime material for a Yuri ship. Hell, if anything, I'm probably the one people should be afraid of. Guess that makes it easier to relate.
特殊な能力。
Are you afraid of me, Kasumi?
いいえ、
Then I guess we're even, aren't we? You know, I was waiting all night for you to come back yesterday.
知っています。
Though I did conk out after a while. But you know, while I may be a pretty laid-back guy, even I get a little depressed when you go out of your way to avoid me like that. You would hate it if I avoided you like that, right?
はい。
You're supposed to treat others the way you'd like to be treated, you know? Yo, that's what this channel rule is, isn't it? Wait, or is it the Discord rule? To be honest, this statement makes sense until you want to be treated like shit. If you're like a super masochist who wants other people to like effing hate you, then this sentence kind of justifies itself in the wrong way. You know what I mean? Yo, what up, Feb? Thank you for the raid. Yeah. Thank you, Feb. What's up? What's Feb playing nowadays? Feb's playing like 8 different games. What's Feb playing? Oh, fuck me. Star Ocean 6, bro. Yo, what up, dude? Look, I really appreciate the fact that you rated me, but honestly, fuck Star Ocean. You know, buddy, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that game ever again. I don't want to even see that name. I just want to wipe it from my memories. Star Ocean 6 is great. You know what? Your mom was great, but we don't talk about that here. Star Ocean falls into the same category. How about that? Please, no more Star Ocean torture. Let me go. No more. Oh, Feb, make sure you do the secret boss in the end, okay? It's important. Elena? What about her? She's got no plot. You wanted a good ending? There is no plot. You wanted something special with Elena? Well, let me tell you, Elena doesn't change from the first second you meet her until the last second you see her. She has plot. Yeah, the only thing you look at are boobs. The fuck? You guys are so shallow. Only things you look at are tits. Okay, I mean, Nina, look. Okay, Nina has more plot, okay? Nina has way more plot. But you know what's best? T-pose Marielle. T-pose Marielle is the best thing. All right, let's keep going. Thanks, Bev, for the raid. The people who were afraid of you probably felt guilty about something. They were probably scared you'd find out their secrets. And by the way, if you haven't played this game, this is pretty spoiler heavy. We're pretty far into the last game. If you think of it like that, you should be able to forgive them.
あなたはどうして平気なんですか?
Probably because I'm a pretty simple kind of guy.
単純。
I mean, it's not like you can help reading my mind, and if you get the wrong idea about something, I can just clear up the misunderstanding. I can just clear up the misunderstanding. You can tell I'm being genuine here, right? Well, the last in the trilogy. This is the last game, the last in the series of 3. Well, not technically 3, 2. Yeah, don't watch it if you plan to play it. By the way, what kind of stuff am I normally thinking about?
いつも見てるわけじゃありません。
You aren't?
話すより見ることが楽だなんて思わないでください。
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that.
いいんです。あなたは楽しいです。
Tanoshi is not eccentric, is it? You wouldn't translate it as eccentric. Tanoshi is more just like... If you describe a person as Tanoshi, what's the English word for it? Interesting? You're fun? I think fun is probably better than interesting. Enjoyable? Well, that's pretty literal. You don't find a person enjoyable unless you're describing their dick size. Fun to have around? Yeah, like fun. I think fun. Yeah, you don't call someone enjoyable. That's kind of fucked up. Sounds more like an insult, really? I guess that's where eccentric comes from. It's a little sarcastic.
バカにしてません。
It's not sarcastic. She's reading my mind now. Monka, stop! I'm becoming too much like Takaru, and now it seems like she's reading my mind. You totally were, dude. Even a simpleton like me can tell that. This is screwed up.
うっとひどいです。
See? This is what it means to make up with someone.
仲直り?
It's something both parties have to agree to. Don't forget that we played Ayatori. Don't forget that I poked you with... Don't forget how we made up or any of these memories we've made together. Both the good ones and the bad. The sun set really quickly. Then someday you'll be able to look back on all of this and feel nostalgic about about the way things were.
思い出。
How's that? You think you have an idea of what it's like now?
はい。
And for what it's worth, Kasumi, I think you ought to let yourself come first more often. Why not ask Sensei if you can have more days off? She won't bite, after all. No harm in trying. You've got to start making some memories for yourself, right? Right?
はい。
It's getting pretty chilly out here now the sun's gone down. Let's head back.
私、
Huh?
この景色ずっと忘れません。
I'm glad.
この景色を見ながらお話ししたことはもっと忘れません。
Neither will I. And one day, we'll both be able to look back on this and reminisce.
はい。私には私の思い出があるんですね。
Yep. So this is the date day over.
あれ?
And the next day's a normal day, right? She said go back to your normal stuff, and then the day after we warp. Hey there, Mikoto. Sorry we started without you guys.
それはいいんだけどさ、かすみさん。
Hmm?
自分で食べてるね。
Wow, you're gonna let that stand, Kasumi? They're saying you couldn't even feed yourself.
それはどっちかっていうと、昨日までのあなたでしょ。大体どう考えたって、今の K さんのセリフはタケルに言っ ないか。
Ugh, you guys are such haters.
しかし不謹慎ではあるが、この結末にはいささか物足りなさも感じてしまうな。
Unfavorable outcome?
そうだね。雨降って地固まる。
You're not helping, Ayamine. Come on, let's ignore these nasty bullies and just eat up.
なんですって？
Nandeste?
はい。
Oh, rejected. Wahaha, atta girl, Kasumi. They've been broken, all of them. They've been all broken.
Help me!
Go on, get your food, guys. You want to beat the crowd, right? Bunch of simpletons.
白金。
Marimacha, Jinguji Kyokan.
今何か聞こえた気がするが。
Nothing at all. That was too close. Why can't I ever seem to break that habit? Probably because she got transferred somewhere before I could fix it in the previous timeline.
まあいい。光月博士がお呼びだ。食事が終わり次第、執務室へ出頭せよ。
What does Yuko Sensei need? I thought we were on break. Roger that. I'll go straight to Kozuki Hakase's office right after dinner.
よろしい。では食事を続けろ。
What's going on? Did something come up?
元の世界にもう一人の自分がいた？
Yeah, there was. Sorry, I guess it slipped my mind after the whole Kasumi situation.
まあいいわ。で、
Well, I actually almost ran into my past self over there. Luckily, I managed to avoid that. But the funny thing is, I vaguely remember it happening from the other perspective.
もう少しちゃんと説明してもらえる？
Okay, so there was one time in my world when I was looking for a shoe and someone threw it back at me, and it turns out that person was me trying to avoid an encounter with my other self.
それで？
It played out exactly the same way as last time. The only difference was that I was the one throwing the shoe this time. You just say not to interfere with my world, didn't you? Did I screw us over? If the timeline was altered as a result of my actions, it's possible that we won't be able to obtain the necessary equations. And if that happens, we're doomed.
そうね。聞く限りでは大丈夫なんじゃない？
I think he's kept the timeline the same actually. So, huh? You don't think so?
それを白金が覚えていたというなら、元の世界にあんたが行くこと自体がすでに元の世界の確率分岐に含まれている確定した事象だったってことだからね。
Exactly. So then, does that also apply to me talking to Sumika? So you can't really change the future in a way then, I guess. This is exactly the same debacle we had in Steins Gate. Exactly the same thing. And then at the ending of Steins Gate, it was like him who started the whole thing, right? In the end, it was Rintaro who started the whole loop of sending him back in time and stuff. So whatever you do, it kind of just boils back down to the same point. It was so satisfying when the ending worked out in Steins Gate. Jesus Christ, that was satisfying. Though I guess since my past self wasn't around at the time, that could have also happened last time without my knowledge. But what I want to know is why I was separated from my other self this time, unlike all the other times.
それを知りたいのは私の方。私だって答えを知ってるわけじゃないのよ。
Dude, you just spoiled Steins Gate for me? Oh, I'm so sorry. I spoiled something from fucking 10 years ago! If you weren't gonna play it today, if you haven't played it now, you're not gonna play it in the future. Don't lie to yourself. And like I said before, there might be a flaw with how we've been conducting the experiment so far. You mean how we're stretching out this world's space-time to overlap with you? To be honest, that's not really a spoiler in a way. Well, it kind of is, actually, thinking about it. Does it really matter? Nah, it's the experience that counts.
誤解覚悟で分かりやすく言えば、前回の実験の時は装置の完成度の低さを出力の大きさでごまかしたから、それが原因かも。
To put it simply, we've been overcompensating for the device's imperfections by increasing its output. That might have something to do with it. Okay. Its output?
白金とヤシロの絆以外で、前回の実験とそれ以前の大きな差は出力よ。
Says the guy who doesn't want to be spoiled on something from 20 years ago. But the thing is, what you don't understand right here is, this is my stream. You know what I mean? So I set the rules. So of course I don't want to be spoiled on something that I'm currently playing and I don't know about. But unfortunately, you know, I can't cater to you plebs out there, motherfuckers. Some of you have seen One Piece. Some of you have seen Steins Gate. Some of you doesn't know what Disney is. Some of you know what I mean? It's impossible. So what the reality is you all have to cater to me and I don't cater to you. And if you weren't here or didn't experience the same things I did, well, tough shit. It's your fault. Don't come to this stream. It's as simple as that. I don't know what else to tell you. You don't go to like an Odd One stream, right? And then expect him not to talk about Fire Emblem, right? Aside from your stronger bond with Yashiro, the biggest difference between this experiment and the previous one was the level of output.
それによって、
Okay.
元の世界そのものに記録されているあんたの情報が差し込まれた別の確率世界、つまりこの世界の断片に収束し実体化した
Wait, we cranked
と
it.
いうところかしら。
Okay. Wait, my data is part of the fabric of space-time? It sounds like you're making this up as you go now.
白金がシフトする理由の仮説って覚えてる？
Why I shift between worlds? What was that stuff about how I'm kind of like an electron? It was because the worlds keep pulling me back and forth in an attempt to regain their stability, right?
少なくとも2度あんたが選ばれてやり取りされているんだから、その世界が白金の情報を記録している可能性は高いでしょ。
Okay. I see, but why only me? I know she doesn't have the answer, but I can't help but ask.
まあ、あんただけじゃなく、すべての確率世界にはそこに存在するありとあらゆるものの情報が記録されてると考えるのが自然でしょうね。
So even him going back becomes a part of the other world, huh? Then with high enough output, wouldn't anyone be able to shift between worlds?
はあ？
So, well, for example, if there's a Yuko sensei in my world too, so if you could pinpoint her extensional data as well.
バカね。あんたの言う元の世界の明確な観測イメージを持っているのはこの世界であんただけでしょ？
Unless he can, it's true, because they haven't been to the other world, so they wouldn't be able to go there. Oh.
無限に存在するであろう世界の中から元の世界を選択してシフトできるのはあんたがそのイメージを持ってるからなのよ。
Then maybe Kasumi can do it? Because she's reading her memory, reading people's memories? Right, of course. Duh, if she could go and get the equations herself, there's no way in hell she'd be relying on me to get the job done. Nani?
世界そのものが持っている記録、意外に的を射てるかも。
What do you mean?
あんたさっき元の世界で鏡澄香の姿を見た瞬間、彼女との記憶を取り戻したって言ってたわね。
Yeah?
白金の複数化と失った記憶が蘇った現象は原理が同じなんじゃないかしら。
Huh? What do you mean?
今のあんたは元の世界の記憶も前のこの世界の記憶も完全じゃない。ということは世界観をシフトする際、何らかの理由で記憶情報が欠落してしまうということ。
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's the only explanation.
欠落した記憶情報はシフト前の世界に残るのか、虚数空間に飛散してしまうのか、いずれにせよそれが蘇ったのは事実。
Okay, I see. But how is that even possible?
今回のケースで記憶回収のトリガーになっているのは元の世界の鏡
So
澄香ね。
every time he jumps a timeline, because things become vaguer and vaguer as he experiences the new timeline, he basically starts forgetting about the older stuff, right? But then if he gets some sort of trigger, it'll all come flooding back to him. Like opening a treasure chest and has loot in it. And the
安
loot's
定
his
を望む
memories.
世界の影響、それに白金の無意識化の意志、どれも無関係ではなさそうね。
My subconscious, huh? I mean, I think I have way more vivid images of my world in my head this time. But I guess she's saying the stuff I've got tucked away deep in my unconscious mind might be more important than that.
まあ、とにかく実体化という現象にも段階があるということね。そこまでは私も予測できなかったわ。やっぱり実験は大切よね。
Wait a minute, what am I supposed to do then?
何が？
If there's another me still in my world, then how am I supposed to go home?
現状ではその通りね。
You're kidding me.
あんたこの世界を救うのが目的だったんじゃないの？
Think about this. Hold on. Think about it this way. The original Takeru one day disappears into this world, right? So then when you go back, you just take the original, when the original Takeru disappeared, you go and take his spot. Problem solved. You know? Obviously, I'm still good. I still want to save the world. That's why I'm going to keep doing these experiments. But after finding out that it might be possible for me to go back to my own world, it's hard to just accept the fact that there's another me.
乱暴な言い方だけど、元の世界で長時間の実体化に成功したことには変わりない。
I think that's exactly it, actually, thinking about it. You know how he carries his body with him? I think the physical Takeru actually disappears. So in the original extra world, you finish playing the first game, Takeru actually disappears. He then does all this other shit, right? And then I'm guessing at the end of alternative, he goes back and no one obviously notices he's gone because like he wakes up and it's the next day and he's back, but now he's ripped instead of not ripped. That's the only difference. I hate to sound insensitive, but the fact is that we successfully got you to materialize for an extended period of time.
出力の調整と装置の改良をした上で実験は継続する。いいわね。
Yes, ma'am. The girls prefer the Chadaru anyway. Just get rid of him. They don't need to. I think he's gonna disappear, and then Chadaru will replace him. But could there be a way to fuse me back together with the other me? Probably not, huh?
そうね。結局白金の観測イメージ、いえ、意志の力が大きいと思うわ。
What? So I might be able to merge with myself if I want it bad enough?
気休めに聞こえるかもしれないけど、意志をもっと強く持つことが必要なんだと思うわ。
I can obviously understand the difference between a strong will and a weak one, but how do I go from being strong to stronger?
何か共通の認識に意志を集中させてみたら？
Something that we're both conscious of.
元の世界の自分が強く認識している何かと
Valgranon.
あなたの意志を同調させるのよ。
Valgranon.
それはもちろん元の世界に帰りたいというような大雑把なものではないはずよね。じゃあ何かしら？
Well,
今答えを出す必要はないわ。
は？
次の実験まで最低2日はある。装置の改良を含めればもう少しかかるかも。
okay.
仮にその時うまくいかなかったとしても、この世界を救った後でこの問題にじっくり取り組むこともできるでしょ。
Nani? She's got a point. The only reason we have to hurry now is because Alternative 5 is looming over our shoulders. There's nothing wrong with waiting to go home until after Alternative 4 succeeds. What am I getting ahead of myself for?
まったく、いちいち落ち込んでたらやっていけないって言わなかった？
Sorimasen.
じゃ、早速装置の改良にかかるから、あんたは部屋に戻って寝
I
な
have
さ
a
い。
feeling this game is gonna run a lot longer than December. As in, you know, the deadline's only Christmas. But then after that, if Alternative 5 gets canned, maybe like a lot of stuff happens and it goes like 2-3 years into the future or something. Understood. I'll see you tomorrow then. I think that would be cool because we haven't technically seen past Christmas except for, you know, the last escape scene. Episode 6, Insatiable Ambition.
タケルさん？
Also, where are my choices? What's up with her? Why is she giving me that look?
あれ？かすみさんは？
Oh, so that's what they're getting at. Alright, Kasumi's gonna be eating somewhere else from now on.
え、そうなんだ。
Apparently eating in the brain room is like a morning ritual for her. But it's a little too much for me, so where is everyone? The
みつ
brain
るぎさん
room.
とあやみねさんはもうすぐ来ると思うよ。榊さんはもう行っちゃったけど。
昨日の模擬戦で負けたのが悔しかったみたいだよ。
I see. Yeah, that sounds like her, alright.
タケル、ヤシロはどうした？
I feel like everyone cares more about Yashiro than Takeru. Just lost Tamara and Mikoto.
火山活動の活発化に伴い昨夜未明、帝国陸軍災害派遣部隊による不法機関車の救出作戦が行われました。現場では大きな混乱もなく14名全員が無事に保護されたと。
Okay, so we didn't go this time, right? Maya didn't go. No Gundams destroyed. Volcano Arc speedrun skipped. Huh? A news broadcast, huh?
を含む中部地方は大種危険地域に指定されており、民間人の居住は許可されていません。しかし確認されているだけでも帰還を強行した元住民が
Is this about Mount Tengen? Oh, awesome. Looks like Yuko says they got the job done. We didn't need to get sent out there after all.
再三の避難勧告にも応じない不法機関車の扱いに関し、内務省の一部からは放置やむなしとする意見も上がりましたが、帝国議会は国民の生命財産の保護を第一とする立場をあくまで貫くべしとこれに応じず。
Okay. Great. Then the Obasan made it out safely.
なんだそなた
Yeah, she probably got
嬉しそう
knocked
だ
out.
な。
Huh? I do? Man, I've got to stop being so obvious about these things. Whoops. How could I not be happy? We saved a lot of time skipping that mission. If you add that amount of time I was in the detention barracks, that's 10 whole days we saved. Pretty solid chunk. We even stopped the HSST from falling, and we've been testing out a brand new OS on our TSFs. But the biggest change of all is that in only a couple of days we'll have the final equations to complete the 0-0 unit. It's just been one big improvement after another. And now this. The future is changing. All of my hard work really is paying off. We can use the time we've just saved to allow for even more changes. And with each new development, mankind will have an even higher chance at victory. No, I'll make it a certainty.
なんだニヤニヤしようって。まさかあのニュースを見てのことではあるまいな。
What? They went to go save a bunch of people and everyone made it out safe. Isn't it normal to be happy about that?
そなたは本気であのような報道を信じているのか。
What do you mean?
今の日本政府がありのままを発表すると思うのか。
What are you trying to say? Aren't you a family of the shogun? You don't believe your own country?
そのままの意味だ。今の帝国軍に人道的な救助活動をする余裕などあるわけがなかろう。
何
So what? You're saying they made it all up?
それは疑ってはいないが、そなたは危険を覚悟して故郷に戻った機関車たちがすんなり救助に応じると思うのか。
Yeah, you're probably right. The elderly people there probably wouldn't have gone without a fight.
噴火警報も出ていないのに未明に救助作戦が行われている。そなたはどう思うのだ。
What? So you think they were all taken at gunpoint in the middle of night? Are you saying they were forcibly evacuated?
分かっているなら何故笑顔を見せる。
Well, at least they're alive. Mayo was pretty upset about this last time too. I do understand how she feels. That's why I helped her. But in the end, the old lady still evacuated, didn't she? After saying how hard we fought to protect her? It's just the same result as last time, so, well, I say the end justifies the means. The fate of humanity can't be compromised over a single Obasan's wishes. But what can I say to Maya? Obviously not what I was just thinking. It's not like I can tell her the whole truth either. Well, I mean, they were illegally staying there against evacuation orders.
違う。もともとその地に住んでいた者たちだ。
That's not what I'm talking about. I appreciate that their homeland is important to them, but their lives are just as important.
助けたのは正しい。だが強制退去はあくまで政府や軍の都合を優先した結果に過ぎない。
Well, what were they supposed to do? Wait until they decided to leave on their own?
リスクを承知で戻ったのだ。避難するかしないかの選択は彼らに委ねるべきであろう。
That's fine in principle, but reality is messy. The rescue team might have been forced to risk their lives to save those people, you know?
帝国軍人は国民の生命財産を守るためにあるのだ。そのために危険を冒すのは当然だ。
As a general rule, yes, but when we're living in an era where we have to put the greater good before the individual.
そうやって誰もが国のためと言いながら力なき者に負担を強いてきたのだ。力ある者が力の使いどころをわきまえておらん。
I can kind of see her point. How is this an abuse of power? What else were they supposed to do under the circumstances?
だからそれがそもそも。
Besides, you're not even an Imperial soldier, you're an UN surface pilot.
分かっている。
So then, what do you think we should be doing? Granting the request of individual civilians?
それも含まれる。
She's naive. We're fighting a war to save our entire species from extinction. How can you even say that shit? So you don't care if prioritizing the wishes of the people causes a mission to be compromised? Not even if it leads to the fall of mankind as we know it? Nani?
ケイさん大丈夫？
Ayamine? Sheesh, at least clean your food off the floor before you dash off.
タケル、これは私が片付ける。そなたはあやみねを追いかけてくれ。
I do kind of get it from Meia's standpoint. Meia is basically like, if you can't even save one person, right? Then how can you save the world? If you don't even respect one person's, you can't just sacrifice people for saving the world. You got to try and save as many people as you can. Well, Takeru's like, well, the world's more important, obviously. Huh?
言い争うつもりはなかった。周囲の者に不快感を与えてしまったらしいな。
別に不快感なんて。
Why is Ayamine running though? All right, I'll let you handle this then. What does this got to do with her? Her dad ran away, right? The question now is, where the hell does she run off to? Damn it, that girl's too fast. I'm not gonna find her like this. Ah! Ow, sorimasen.
いえ、こちらこそ。
Ayamine! Grab her before she runs! Go! Wait, did you make that noise?
何が？
You know, that little yelp just now.
知らないよ。
Ah, cool. Pretty sure I didn't imagine that cute little squeal. The heck it wasn't. Wow, I didn't think you were capable of sounding so girly.
Huh?
Man, they grow up so fast. Glad to see you're finally embracing your feminine side. You know, if you're always like that, you might actually be pretty cute. Ah! Ouch! Ow, you can't just suplex me out of nowhere, dude. Seriously? You're gonna hit me with an STA in the middle of the hall? Are you trying to kill me, dude? Luckily, I've been able to stick to landing thanks to all my intensive training. Wait, where are you going? I'm not done with you yet. Ayamine, wait! There's no sign of her. I didn't even get a chance to apologize. God, I'm so stupid. That should have been the first thing I did. Ow, 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 ow. What's this? And there's an envelope. A letter, maybe? It's, oh, this is the same one from her dad. It looks like it's from someone named Tsushima Shuji. You've seen this before. Huh? Tsushima Shuji? Why does that name sound so familiar? Huh? To Ayamine Ke. This feels eerily familiar, though I can't remember why. Oh well. In this case, this letter's clearly addressed to Ayamine. Guess she must have dropped it when she threw me to the ground. A letter, huh? Guess I shouldn't be too surprised that people still exchange letters with the outside world. I've just never had anyone to send to. But hang on a second. Something feels off about this envelope. That's what it is. There's no stamp on it. What's up with that? Do letters to the UN military not need postage or what? Well, in any case, I better go give this back to her. We've still got some time before we have to form up. I'll stop by her room, and if she's not there, I'll just hang on to it for her. Gotta read it. How could they pass inspection if they haven't been opened? I don't think they let anything through inspections without opening it. And what about the one I found? No stamp, no postmark, and it looks like it's been opened by hand, so I think it's safe to assume that Ayamine is the one who did it. Which means somebody must have marked this totally suspicious letter as inspected without even looking inside. Isn't that a little weird? Yeah, this isn't right. Something's not adding up about these letters. I've never gotten one myself, but even I know the process they have to go through. I'm pretty sure the base's internal post system opens them up and examines their contents in several ways before marking them as inspected. Only classified documents get to skip the process. Normal mail is all subject to inspection. I don't think Yuko-sensei or even the CEO himself would be able to bend the rules on that. These letters are totally suspicious. Something's definitely going on here. I really hope I didn't just stumble across something I shouldn't have. It isn't just the letters themselves. Someone stamped that these were inspected without even checking the contents. That's a deliberate violation of military regulations, and it's happening right under our noses. This can't be waved off as a simple show of respect for two lovers' privacy. This is deadly serious. Someone could get court-martialed for this. Ayamine is not involved in some kind of conspiracy, is she? I know the UN has its factions, and there's probably a lot of intrigue going on behind the scenes, but it's kind of a shock to find something like this so close to home. Now I'm getting kind of worried about what Mikoto's dad was saying. Something involving America and the anti-alternative forces. Damn it, things are finally starting to look up too. But if there's some kind of conspiracy going on here, I can't afford to overlook it. There's no way I'm gonna let something like that get in our way. Sorry, Ayamine. I'm gonna have to take a look at this letter. Oh, that's what the letter says. Oh, shit. Oh, he's talking about what positions she likes. Oh, from behind? From behind? Oh, with 5 toys? Oh my god. Oh, outside?
Nani?
In a basement? God damn. There's so much shit. God damn. You wouldn't understand. There's so much content. Oh god. These letters are so lewd I can't show them on stream. I heard she likes doing it in a hospital. Wait, what is it now? Don't disappoint me, thanks. Oh, Stuffed is playing One Piece Odyssey. Nice. A friend of mine played a bit. According to him, it's fine if you don't mind it being really easy. I made it through 100 hours of Kuro 1, so I'll be fine. I'm out of power. Help me. Rip. Ladino has no power. Okay, I'm done for today, people. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Tomorrow again is our final, our final Muv Love stream this week, which will be normal. And then starting from Monday, we're having scuffed streams. Should I play Muv Love next week, even if it's scuffed? Thanks for the stream. I'll try to forget the Steins Gate spoiler. You don't have to forget it. It doesn't matter because you're not going to watch Steins Gate anyway. The thing is, Delta, you just got to face it, right? If it's literally been 10 years and you're not going to do it, you're not going to bother doing it. To be honest, though, I think, honestly speaking, if you're into a game like this, then I think Steins Gate will be up a lot of people's alleys. Yeah, unless it's super scuffed, that's true. If it's super scuffed, then we don't do it. But it'll mainly just be no webcam. What do you mean scuffed? Well, I'll be streaming from a hotel for the next 4 days. So it's not going to be at home, green screen, microphone, everything. It'll just be like a shit laptop stream. Yeah. VNs are good for scuffed stream and shit internet. Yeah. He's in hell, Sinky, Finland. But yeah, no, honestly, if you like Muv Love, I think you should just go and do Steins Gate. You should just watch it or play it. The Steins Gate spoiler isn't that big of a deal in the end because honestly, I still had to look up like an explanation of what the fuck happened in that game, and you really need to like have someone recap the events for you because Steins Gate is like insanely deep and insanely confusing. This had how many time travels? 2, right? Steins Gate has over like 10. It's like a complete clusterfuck. Yeah. So that's what I mean. Understanding that bit is where the goodness comes from. I think it does it more than 5 times. I'm sure they jumped like 10 times. I was really struggling to keep up with what timelines he was in because he was just jumping left and right and forward and back and crazy stuff. I watched the first 5 episodes of the anime and got bored. There is a visual novel for it, a visual novel / anime. They've kind of merged anime scenes into it. Steins Gate Elite, you might be interested in. The anime wasn't that bad in the end, but it was hard to follow. It's like a slow burn. It starts slow. It's all about the journey and the friends we made along the way. Sponsored by Dr. Pepper. It is sponsored by Dr. Pepper. It did make me buy Dr. Pepper. I'm weak to this kind of advertisement. You know, like Steins Gate had a lot of Dr. Pepper, so I decided to go try it. I'm weak to this advertisement. It kind of just sinks in. All right, but anyway, same stream tomorrow. No differences. Unless again Helsinki is really screwed, you'll know because I'll be live an hour. Streaming at 10 p.m. An hour late. Right? Hold on. No, an hour early. I'll be streaming an hour early. Anyway, I'll remind you guys tomorrow after the end of tomorrow's stream. But I'll be streaming an hour early. And then if it looks completely scuffed, I probably won't stream. Or we do an illegal anime stream or something. You know, just like whatever. Just find something else to do. Because I don't want to ruin the Muv Love experience. You know what I mean? You can just live stream your slice of life in Helsinki from 10 p.m. outside. Or you want to be in my hotel room. Look, if I was a cute girl, okay, I could hold the webcam over my bed and lie down, and I could get like 1,000 viewers donating to me nonstop by just chatting, okay? But I'm a grown-ass man with a grown-ass hairy man, okay? No one's gonna watch Slice of Life with an Oji-san, okay, buddy? It doesn't work. Muv Love anime stream? Well, I mean, I haven't finished the game yet though, right? Good luck out there. Yeah, well, I'm going on Monday, so not yet. Grown hairy ass man, hairy grown ass man, or hairy ass man, all the same. Yes, it's all the same. Makes no difference, buddy. It makes no difference. You can reorder any of the words in those 4 words however you want, and it would still be fine. Okay, cool. Today I learned Saku is hairy. To be honest, not really. To be in the grand, no, not like as hairy as an ape. I've seen some people who are literally like monkeys. When it comes to like chest hair, I don't have chest hair. Not like, you know, like people have like an intense line of chest hair. No, I don't. No. But yeah, why do you care? Well, you know if I'm hairy or not, right? You can see my face. Do I look like I can grow a mustache, mother clucker? Asians are usually not hairy, so it's kind of a shock to me. No, I'm not hairy. No, I can't even grow a beard. It just doesn't work for me. Not yet anyway. Probably give it another 20 years. Anyway, I'm out, people. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. We'll see you tomorrow for more Muv Love. And it's getting good. I think this is where the plot's starting to change, because this is the future we haven't seen. I can't grow a beard or chest hair. This is the kind of thing, it just kind of appears one day and it works. You just gotta wait. For Asians, it just comes later. For Westerners, they're born with hair on their chest and on their face as a beard. It's just a difference in genes, man. It's not something to be jealous about, though. Just accept it. All right, cool. Thanks for watching, people. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow for more Muv Love. Good night.
Sarabada. I love you.
Bye. Bye-bye.